Hello and welcome to another Outlaws of Thunder Junction draft. I'm Paul Cheon and today we are sitting at Diamond 4. Had a rough patch in that last draft, so hopefully we can turn things around here and draft a nice, solid, consistent deck. We've been kind of going in the lab a little bit and messing around with some other archetypes and having some fun with some mythic rares, but this time around, let's try to draft and go for a trophy. Go back to our winning ways. Now, before this draft fires, I did want to say, if you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, I do have a Patreon channel. The link to the Patreon is in the description below. Shout out to all the current patrons. Thank you so much for your support, as it does allow me to continue making all this awesome limited content for you. All right, let's head in here and see what we can open. We'll note that also joining the Patreon does give you access to the Discord, which I do think is the single largest value add that you can have from joining the Patreon, as the Discord is filled with a bunch of people just looking to get better at the game of Magic, and all the people are super helpful as well. Even if it's not me, I'm super active in there. There's always going to be somebody else. And look what we have here. Look at all these black cards. We have Gissa the Hellraiser. I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting you, so hello Gissa. Welcome to my team. 5 mana for a 4/4, Ward 2, Pay 2. Skeleton and zombies you control have +1/+1 and Menace. Whenever you commit a crime, make 2/2/2 blue and black zombie tokens that come into play tapped. This card is phenomenal. Thoughtseize, Blood Hustler, Apothecary are all fine. Jailbreak Scheme, Trained Airings, Explosive Derailment. I mean, this pack has a lot of good cards. But I'm going to take the Gissa, and I'm hoping that the person that we're passing to takes either the Trained Airings or the Explosive Derailment and kind of leaves the black cards alone. But I'm going to take the Gissa and see where this takes us. Could be any which direction. Moving into this pack, we have a couple of tri-colored rares, neither of which are very good. Obeka is a stone blank, whereas Ariette, I mean, if your mana is good, it's a 4 mana 4/4 lifelinker, I guess, which is fine. Plan to Heist is okay. Gem Lightfoot is okay, but I really dislike drafting Azorius. Hypothesizzle is also a decent removal spell, but they're all fine, but honestly, they're not even better than Vault Plunderer. So I'm just going to take the Vault Plunderer. Like, I guess if I'm a blue-red deck, maybe, but I want to cut off the black as much as I can with the first pick, Gissa here. So let us take Vault Plunderer after Gissa, and I'm loving this start. Ooh, another Vault Plunderer. Love that. There's a Skewer the Critics, which is fine in black-red, or sorry, just any red deck in general. Demonic Ruckus is fine if you're more aggressively slanted. Mobile Homestead's okay. Take Up the Shield is a great combat trick along with Snakeskin Veil, but I love the fact that there's only one black card in here and that we're able to take it and continue doing our best to cut off the black if possible. All right, now we have this pack. Sadly, Gissa costs 5 mana, so I can't Lively Dirge for it. So I don't think that's going to be the card that we take. For us, nothing green that's good. I always look to see if there's anything green that I can take. For us, it's between Frontier Seeker and Terminal Agony as the options. There's also a Conduit Pylons, but I do think I want to take one of these two spells. Frontier Seeker is better in green-white as the hit rate is a lot higher. Terminal Agony definitely works well with the Gissa, just because black-red is pretty good at committing crimes. Like, how good is this card if I'm just getting a plane some amount of the time? I don't think it's that good. I'll take the Terminal Agony, I think, over the Frontier Seeker. Actually, I changed my mind. Part of the reason why I changed my mind is, even if green-white mounts is not open, that is a fairly late Frontier Seeker, so I think that might be more of an indication that white might be open than red being open, and white is a better color than red. So I'm taking the Frontier Seeker over the Terminal Agony. Now we are loving this 5th pick, Shoot the Sheriff. Very good with the Gissa, so very good start with black cards, and notably, there's a Holy Cow and a Take Up the Shield in this pack as well. So white very well may be the other color that we want to be. But gonna slam the Shoot the Sheriff here and see what the packs provide. And yep, black and white I feel is where we need to be. So because of that, I'm going to take Trained Airings over the Desperate Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker is nice because it's a 2 mana 2/2 life-linking body. You can also target your opponent with Gissa, but I think this is just a superior creature. Trained Airings, 2 mana 3/1. It's also a mount creature. In black-white, you're not going to get too many. So I just feel like this also increases the chances of us getting a hit with the Frontier Seeker, and we can settle ourselves into black-white, which seem to be the two clear colors to be in our seat. So absolutely loving our start so far. Now we have a pack with Sterling Keykeeper and Take Up the Shield, and this is more interesting than you might think, because Sterling Keykeeper is a way to continue committing crimes, but Take Up the Shield's really good. You know, I'm just gonna take the Keykeeper. You know what you know what's been happening to me a lot recently? I've been getting run over a lot. People have been running me over, so I am going to keep a better eye on my mana curve. I feel like I've kind of been ignoring it, and people have been getting better at drafting these streamlined aggressive decks, where I need to be mindful of cheap things to play. So I'm going to take the Sterling Keykeeper as just another 2-drop that I'm reasonably happy playing in my deck, and a way to kind of trigger the Gissa. Here, obviously, we are very happy with Baron Bertram, and think we're in the right colors here, folks. Really happy with all of these cards, and now I'm going to take a Nezumi Linkbreaker. I generally don't like this unless I end up with a bunch of ways to sacrifice things, so I'll kind of keep it here on the side, but generally don't want to play it. Wow, we're just getting everything. Take Up the Shield on the wheel and another Sterling Keykeeper, so no shortage of playables, and now a Conduit Pylons, which I don't mind playing a singular copy of, so great start here. Loving this start. 10 playables I'm reasonably happy with after pack 1. I am in. And, you know, obviously we can just cut a Sterling Keykeeper if we need. Moving into this pack, we have Bruised Tarl, which is one of the better rares in the set on the splash. But I'm just going to take Consuming Ashes. I have really been trying to stretch the limits of my mana base a lot recently and been really punished for it. And so I'd rather have the consistent removal spell that goes into my deck. And I do feel like there's going to be enough power here. And the first Consuming Ashes is highly valuable. So let's just go ahead and take that and draft a consistent deck with a nice mana curve, interaction, and some tricks. All right, let's try to draft that. Oh man, Baron Bertram plus Gissa. That's pretty sweet. All right, ooh, this is interesting. Really good pack. Longhorn Sharpshooter, Hollow Marauder, Aven Interrupter. I don't think Crime Punishment is especially good. For me, it's really between Consuming Ashes, Aven Interrupter, and Hollow Marauder. I just dislike the Aven Interrupter because it's double white. And I really like Hollow Marauder. And I'm sacrificing creatures here, presumably. I have a couple of removal spells. Yeah, I'm going to take the Hollow Marauder just because I do think it is a premium creature. I really love this card. I think a lot of people are lower on this card than they should be. And now we have a Shepherd of the Clouds, so getting a lot of good top-end value creatures. So now we're pretty good on the top end, I want to say. And now we can once again go back to focus on the cheap stuff. I guess I'll take another Sterling Keykeeper. Actually, I mean, I have two. Maybe I should mix things up and take a Rooftop Assassin here. Nothing else really for us. There's a Lively Dirge, which is okay. All right, I've convinced myself. We already have 4 2s at this point, so I will take the Rooftop Assassin here. Don't really like Boneyard Desecrator that much. Back for More is an interesting card on the splash. You know what else is really interesting? Red Rock Sentinel. Red Rock Sentinel with Baron Bertram is a really sweet combo. I don't know if it's good enough, though. You know what I've actually been a little bit higher on recently? The Sterling Hound. Yeah, I'm just going to take the most powerful card. I have enough playables. I have enough playables where I think I can speculate on something like this to see if it works out. And now, cutting off all the blacks certainly paying off here, as we do have a Consuming Ashes. Very happy about that. And now I'm happy picking up my first copy of Mourner Surprise. So now we have Mourner Surprise and Shepherd of the Clouds as ways to get things back from the graveyard. Probably not playing this back. Yeah, I'll keep it here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So good start here. Steer Clear or Boneyard Desecrator. Not really a fan of Steer Clear in black-white. It's okay in green-white. I'll take the Desecrator, but again, unlikely to make it into our deck. Now we have this pack. Don't really like neutralize the guards. If this was best of 3, I'd slam it and take it as a sideboard card. I actually don't mind Sterling Hound. I don't. The 3-mana 3/2 Surveil is way better than Scry. We do have cards like the Hollow Marauder, which is nice. And then the Surveil allows us to give us more opportunities at helping us find Gissa, which is pretty nice. So I don't mind it. I really don't. I mean, I think it's better than Boneyard Desecrator. I mean, ideally, I still don't have to play it. Like, this is still 16 cards, and I would much rather play all of these cards, I think. I guess Rooftop Assassin is also the other card that may or may not make the deck, but now definitely more interested in cards at the cheaper end of the mana curve here. So we're happy enough to play the Sterling Hound if we need. And now we 10th pick Consuming Ashes. Thoughts? I'm in. I am in. I'm never playing that Armadillo, so I'll take a Lively Dirge. I don't think we're going to play it. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. There's another Sterling Hound. These are speculative curve fillers that may or may not make our deck. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I almost took the Consuming Ashes over the Marauder the first time. All right. Okay. Well, I told you I wanted to win, and we have a Gissa and a Dust Animus. How about that? Maybe this Consuming Ashes tables, although honestly, at this point, I might just prefer the Desperate Bloodseeker to table. But obviously, we are slamming one of the best white rares in the set here in Dust Animus. This is an incredibly stacked pack, by the way. Journey to Nowhere, Dust Animus, Outcaster Greenblade, Intimidation Campaign, and Consuming Ashes, and Throw from the Saddle. There's literally 6 cards that are first pickable, depending on the archetype that you're in. So this is an absolutely absurd pack that we opened. I'm glad it's not in Pod Draft. I'm glad it's not. But we, of course, are going to be taking that Dust Animus, and then we got past Rush of Dread. We identified that black was open. This is one of the better black rares. I absolutely love this card, and super happy to get a second pick Rush of Dread. I mean, this is just rares galore. Rush of Dread, Dust Animus, Gissa, triple Consuming Ashes, Shoot the Sheriff. So 5 ways to kill things with a couple of tappers, some bombs, multiple bombs. We have some recursion in the Mourner Surprise. I love it. Oh, how does this work? No, never mind. It doesn't quite work the way that I want it to. All right. Don't really need Bounding Felidar in this pack. We have enough expensive things to do. Omenport Vigilante is an interesting 2-drop because we are able to commit crimes, but I think it's just a Desperate Bloodseeker, honestly, over Take Up the Shield. I'm really interested in picking up another 2. Dust Animus is kind of more like a 4. The way I say, the reason why I call it a 4 is you plot this on turn 4, and then turn 5 you play a land and you put it into play. So I'm going to take the Bloodseeker here to target ourselves. We have Hollow Marauder. We want to mill ourselves with Shepherd of the Clouds, and we have a little bit of recursion. So let's take the Bloodseeker here for our deck and be very, very happy about that and move on. Now we're going to take Fake Your Own Death as literally the only playable card out of this pack. Although we are unlikely to play this card, I'm going to put it in the stack here on the right. 17 cards I'm fairly happy with, but lots of options here still. At this point, I'm definitely just not going to play back for more, and I don't think I'm going to Lively Dirge. If Dust Animus had the text, if you didn't cast it, then I would play this, right? Because for 5 mana, you can get a 4/5 lifelinker, but this has a slightly different type of text on it where you need to have 5 or more untapped lands. So I think that makes this worse. Although, honestly, paying 5 mana to get back like 2 2-drops isn't the worst. But wow, this pack has just absolutely nothing. Okay, I guess we're going to take a rare for the collection. We're Gem Drafters. Like I said, I mean, even if we end up with this as our deck, like what we have in front of us, and we have to play all these cards here on the right, I would still be fine with it. That's 24 cards, right? We'd even have to make a cut. Play like 2 of these and this and like a Fake Your Own Death. So no matter what happens, I mean, the deck can just only get better from here. Like, I am happy with where we're at. One last job I like, actually, if I'm playing the like a mount deck, but the only mount I have is a Trained Airings, so I'm just going to take another Desperate Bloodseeker here. Happy enough to have another 2-drop, so now we have 6 2s. So really, really happy about that, and like I said, the self-mill stuff is pretty good. Oh, and then a Trained Airings, 7 2-drops? Oof. That also makes the Frontier Seeker that much better, so love this. So this is 21 cards, and we just have to fill it out with some of these cards on the right. We have 5 removal spells, 2 tappers, bombs, premium 2-drops here in the Trained Arinx. Loving all of this. Sheriff of Safe Passage, I just don't think is a good card. And I don't think it's going to make our deck. And I'm not going to play a second copy of this, so I will take this rare. Look, we're trying to grind these gems here, okay? Oh my gosh! Journey to Nowhere, 9th pick. Now, to be fair, this was the absolutely loaded pack with like 7 first picks in it. But tabling Journey to Nowhere is ridiculous. I mean, this might be the best Orzhov deck I've drafted. This is crazy. I have 2 of the best Orzhov creatures, 6 premium removal spells, 3, 4, 5, an excellent combat trick, some recursion. I mean, this is just everything I want. Let's go. I'll take another rare out of this pack. I'll take the synthesizer. People have been playing that in standard. I'm not quite a gem drafter yet. I need to get to a gem draft, become a gem drafter. If you don't know what that means, becoming a gem drafter is when you end up with where every rare you take is just turns into a gem. Ooh, another rare. I like how I'm oohing rares. I wonder if I can shave one of these Take Up the Shields, because I'm only on 14 creatures right now. I kind of want to play one more, I think. Take Up the Shield is certainly better than Fake Your Own Death. Could have been blue-black as well, but I mean, look, we got a Dust Animus, 8th pick Baron Bertram, and tabled Journey to Nowhere. I think we're happy exactly where we are. So let's put some of these, I don't think I'm going to play Fake Your Own Death, but those could be considerations, and let's split it up. Man, this Baron Bertram just does, like, nothing. Do we make any tokens? I guess we make I guess we have Gissa. Am I supposed to have more ways to make tokens? Oh, no, I have a Mourner Surprise as well. I mean, it's fine. It's fine here. I need to cut 3 cards. Maybe the Sterling Hounds. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I like all of these creatures. I think it's probably the 1 copy of Take Up the Shield. Just because, like I said, I kind of want to keep my creature count a little bit higher. So it's really between the Rooftop Assassin or the Take Up the Shield. Yeah, I'll just kind of Take Up the Shield. All right, let's gun it. I love this deck. And I am excited to play with this deck. Okay. I have my bombs, or I have some of them. I do need to draw a swamp, and I drew a swamp. All right. So turn 2 Sterling Keykeeper, Rush of Dread, Consuming Ashes, and Gissa. They targeted me? They're a mad person. You're green-black and you targeted me with Desperate Bloodseeker? Wow. Okay. Didn't have a 3 and they killed my 2-drop, so this Bloodseeker is gonna gain them a good amount of life. Ankle Biter. Okay. Huh. Do I just offer the trade? This is actually super interesting in terms of what I should do. So, it's not the most intuitive, but I'm going to play Rooftop Assassin here. And, oh no, this has Ward 2. Never mind, that changes things. I'm silly. This doesn't matter. I don't know why I did that. I'm silly. It's because I'm a silly goose. Alright, we'll just play Gissa. They can't kill it. It's got a Ward 2. Rictus Robber. Okay. And let's attack with the Flyer. And wow. All I gotta say is wow. Rush of Dread. I want to wait till I hit one more mana here. I can Frontier Seeker, but the thing is, the only thing I'm concerned about is like a throw from the saddle. So I'm just gonna pass and just not get throw from the saddled. You know what I mean? Like, it costs 2 mana here. So the only way that they kill this Gissa is if they go throw from the saddle with their ankle biter onto my Gissa, right? So alright, well, now we're just gonna kill this because we get zombies and they're super dead. And let's see. Should I go for the Rush of Dread here? Make them take 11 and sack a creature? I like that. Tower by sacrifice a creature. Half their life. There you go. Take 11. Get some creatures. Oh me, oh my. Let's attack. Oh, these have... I forgot they had Menace, too. I've never played with Gissa. Alright, well there you go. Gissa 1, opponent 0. Can we keep it going? I feel like we can. Okay. Sterling Keykeeper, take up the shield and double Consuming Ashes. I will accept. We are on the draw. We'll keep. Hello? Oh god. I would love a Forlorn Flats in my deck. Okay. Raven of Fell Omens. Alright, so... running up against another Dimir Crime deck. Nope, nope, nope. It's a... turn 3 Jasper Flint. Okay, it was a land. They whiffed. Yes. I'm not gonna be the first person to try to flinch here and like use take up the shield. You know what I mean? Like block take up the shield. That just seems suicidal. What? Okay, so it's somebody who just has a complete disregard for anything reasonable here. Well, at least... okay, well, anyways, we'll kill this. If they have Getaway Glamour... can you imagine Getaway Glamour with the cards that they've cast so far? Alright, I don't want any of these cards. Well, at least we dealt with Jasper Flint. That's why you draft removal highly, folks. You need to find a way to kill these absolutely ridiculous bombs so that, you know, you can deal with all these other just unplayable 2-drops. Actually, these are fine. I'm just talking. I'm just being ridiculous. I'll go ahead and play Baron Bertram, and I'm gonna pass. Shoot the sheriff. Goodness. Okay. Just how? The fact that I have to use a removal spell on this Spring Splasher is kind of annoying, but I gotta do what I gotta do. Don't need that. I'll keep the Vault Plunderer. That is such a... That feels so bad. But I mean, it's an important piece to what they're trying to do, so... So this is a wizard? It is not... Okay. I imagine they're just going to attack with the flyer. And I can play the shepherd to get back my... I can play the shepherd to get back my... Desperate Bloodseeker. This could be a Skullduggery, I guess. I doubt they can play multiple spells this turn, right? Why wouldn't you just do this off the get-go? So it's a -3/-3? Sure. Alright, so they missed out on some damage, I guess. I feel like I'm going to have to use this Take Up the Shield to stay in this game. Goodness. Okay. Yeah, I mean... Let's play Desperate Bloodseeker here. Let's attack with the shepherd. Let's play Vault Plunderer. And let's pass. I mean, they might be able to burn me out here. We'll see. Razzle Dazzler has been very underwhelming to me, for me at least. Admittedly, they've been doing a very good job playing around Take Up the Shield. I think they just assume that we have it here. So, it's going to be hard to blow them out with it. I think they are absolutely playing around it. Definitely dicey here. Like, any bounce spell is ridiculous. Any removal spell is ridiculous. Unless it's like an explosive detonation, I have a chance against that. 2 mountains. Black, white, blue, white deserts. Okay. Like, how do you play this in... Oh, whatever. Oh, that's kind of annoying. They're playing around Take Up the Shield, and I'm going to try my best to also play around it. All right, so we get to get in, gain some life. We get to play Trained Erinx. Rush of Dread would be so good. Rush of Dread for 8. Whew. This looks like a Phantom Interference just to drain me and make a 2/2. Oh, no, it's the counterspell that makes a copy of something. Yeah, okay. Alright, well, this might be the end. I'm telling you, I just keep losing to these crime decks, so there must be something about these crime decks that I should be looking to draft more. I just keep drafting these, like, consistent decks, or steady decks with, like, decent mana bases. I'm curious how often decks like this, that my opponent's playing, lose to their mana. I don't draft these decks that often, right? I don't draft a deck that has, you know, cancel Raven of Fell Omens and then like 3 mountains or something. It work. You need something like 3 or 4 uncolored deserts, I feel. All right, we're dead. I mean, they're mostly blue-black. Splashing Jasper Flynn in at knife point. But you know, that's another card I haven't been giving as much respect, and now that I see what it did there, might change my opinion on it. At knife point, as long as you're just able to commit a crime like every single turn, right? A 1/1 token is whatever, but the fact that they're mercenary tokens and can pump, that goes a long way. That goes a long way, so. Alright, Trained Erinx, Rooftop Assassin, Hollow Marauder with 4 lands. Absolutely keeping this hand. Don't have another creature here for the Trained Erinx. But hopefully we can find something so that we can saddle this up. Oh, we did draw something. We drew Vault Plunder. That was perfect. Although now they have a Canyon Crab. But we can still scry. So not the worst. You know, this is just... Okay, alright. They played an Oasis Gardener at least. There's at least some bit of respect here. Doing this just to get a scry here, because they're not going to attack us. I mean, I guess I'll keep it. It's a 4-mana 3/4. We have Consuming Ashes available. Rooftop Assassin should probably do something here. Oh my gosh. Omen Path Journey, huh? All right. Dang. Don't want that. All right, crab down. And we have Consuming Ashes for something large. Hopefully it's just lands. And hopefully we can close out our opponent before they get us. Plan the heist. Oof. Dirtle City here. I like it. The crab helps with the Dirtle City plan. Also gonna save this Journey to Nowhere. Saddle up, attack with everything. Happy to trade the Vault Plunder here with the Oasis Gardener, as it does make my Hollow Marauder cheaper. They're probably going to kill my Errinx right now, though. Sure. Like I said, I don't mind this trade because it just makes it easier for me to cast the Hollow Marauder. But they're at 20 life. I have 2 creatures in play, but they're up cards. Ish. They're up all these lands, and they drew 3 cards off Plan the Heist. We did kill Canyon Crab for free. Okay, Repulse. Into Lone Shark. Okay. Target our opponent. We have 2 removal spells for something big. Let's see what they pitch here. Failed Fording, okay. That means their hand is just all spells. I guess they did exile like all the lands from their deck. But hopefully a well-timed removal spell will allow us to defeat our opponent here. As long as they don't have anything too obscene, like a Villainous Wealth or anything like that. How about a Harvester of Misery? How about a Harvester of Misery? To kill both my things. Yuck. Yeah, that was really brutal. Not much we can do, though. You know what I mean? Now we're getting kind of flooded. We have 9 lands here. Slickshot Lockpicker into Plan the Heist. Ugh. So much value! Alright, they got all their lands. Alright, Shepherd of the Clouds. Let's get Vault Plunderer. And Vault Plunderer targeting us. Shepherd was a fantastic draw. Really, really good draw. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So they have 4 lands left in their deck, and the rest is gas. It would be really sweet if our opponent just decked themselves. I would really enjoy that. Another Slickshot Lockpicker. On what now? Repulse? I guess they can repulse my Baron Bertram. They can also repulse their Lone Shark? I don't know. Marauding Sphinx. Okay. I mean, you gotta repulse something. Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Really great turn from the opponent. What can they copy? I mean, they might as well exile the Hollow Marauder, right? What does that turn this into? A 5/3? And then I can trade. The question is, do I want that trade? Oh, this is actually a huge attack. Because Lazov can be super problematic, right? They're going to be committing a lot of crimes. All right. Also, I just wanted to keep my life total somewhat higher. And blue was very open for them, I will say. Oh, they got their Lazov back. All right. Ooh. So do we have the mana to play? Because I need 10 mana to play Gissa and Consuming Ashes, sadly. Well, definitely keeping that Consuming Ashes. Huh. I can just hope they don't have another removal spell. That seems kind of bad, though. Oh, no. I mean, I want to kill this anyways, and it has Ward 2, right? Although I really can't, to be honest. Yeah, okay. So the play is just this. And then we just pass. Because, like, they are putting real pressure on me. They really are. What are your thoughts? Is this card good? Omen Path Journey? I mean, there's only so many of those types of cards that you can play. If they have a removal spell here, we basically lose the game. That is not a removal spell. It's a bounce spell. They're going to use Tyrant Scorn to bounce Gissa. Oh, failed Fjording. Yeah, I guess that's better. Three Slickshot Lockpickers? Jeez. Oh man, this is tough. This is truly tough. We need to just survive. Holy cow. Okay. Man. Just like, I feel like my deck's not bad. Is there something wrong here? Like, am I not doing this right? I'm curving out. I'm playing a 2-drop, a 3-drop. I'm playing a Gissa, and my opponents are just... You know, granted they have 5 copies of 2 of the best blue uncommons, but... Yeah, I mean, maybe you're just supposed to be like... This crazy control deck. Whoa, 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 They bounced Baron. Oh, because they don't have the mana. Interesting. They should have pumped a Loan Shark. Huh. So I have 10 mana. 10 mana I do have. I don't even know if they surveilled something to the top. Did they surveil something to the top? I can play a blocker. These come into play tapped, so it doesn't really matter. Overwhelming forces, huh? They're literally going to win with 0 cards left in their library. That's crazy. Oh no, they only draw 3 cards. Overwhelming Forces gets it done. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the best rares in the set as well. All right. I thought they drew a card for every creature they had. It's just what I have. All right, we're 1 and 2 at this deck. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. Like, what am I doing? Like, is there something I'm missing here? I don't think so. I mean, perhaps, like, I need to catch up to this. Maybe it's just, like... It's just, like... Maybe the slower crime control decks, maybe that's just what you want to do. Like, maybe that's the thing to do. Just take everything that says crime on it, and every desert, and every removal spell, and then hope for the best. All right, 1 and 2. We have a nice starting hand once again. Ankle biter from the opponent. I basically don't need lands. I don't really want Desperate Bloodseeker either. Okay. Black Snag Buzzard from the opponent. I mean, they can have a removal spell, but it is what it is. They could easily just be playing this turn too. I mean, they know it's going to have first strike, so they probably attack, right? Buzzard into nothing. All right. I mean, I can't imagine Ankle Biter, Black Snag, Buzzard into Phantom Interference deck, right? So. All right, we have 3 removal spells in our hand with a Gissa. I will keep that because I feel like having that is really, really nice with the Gissa. If they find a way to kill the Gissa or counter the Gissa. Colossal Router Worm, okay. I want to exile this. And let's saddle up. Now I definitely do want to land. Don't want the Trained Erranks, so let's put that on the bottom. I felt like that was just a good use of my mana while my opponent was tapped out. I have a Journey to Nowhere as well, but this one is a little more vulnerable. And they are definitely looking for mana. As they discarded the Spinewoods Armadillo. Hopefully they don't have something like a Back for More. As that would be super, super good. Let's play Gissa. I don't think I want to trade Vault Plunder for Ankle Biter. Now we don't need lands, so we can bottom lands. Then next turn, we can start making some tokens, unless they kill this, and then we get it back. Spinewoods Paladin. Yeah, they're in a lot of trouble here. So let's go Journey to Nowhere. I committed a crime, GG. All right, Gissa getting it done. Now 2 and 2. Now 2 and 2. Yeah, maybe it's just like the crime control decks are a bad matchup. I think we do okay against the green decks. Or rather, just the non like late game blue crime control decks. If they're just trying to carve out with large monsters, we have a lot of removal, and then we have bombs. But the decks that just loading up their decks with draw 3s, that's going to be tough to beat. All right, opponent on the play, we have Sterling Keykeeper, Consuming Ashes, and Hollow Marauder on the draw. So certainly a fine hand. Would definitely like another black source here to be able to cast the Consuming Ashes. Plains would be the worst draw. All right, Vault Plunder again. God, I love Vault Plunder. Every time I draw Vault Plunder, I just have to only say nice things about it. But opponent leading with Creosote Heath on the play into Beastbond Outcaster. Very, very good card. But we did draw the Swamp here, so we can at least try to keep up with what they're trying to do here. Go toe-to-toe with them. Please don't play a Drover Grizzly. Okay, just the Sterling Hound. Okay. Play Vault Plunderer. Desperate Bloodseeker. Okay, well, hopefully we get some lucky hits so that the Hollow Marauder can get a little bit of a discount here. They might play like a Giant Beaver here or something. Or no, even better, Cactus Folk Sure Shot. Ooh, that's a problem. I can't kill it. Yikes. Ward 2, man. Cactus Folk Sure Shot is a hell of a card. I mean, I imagine they're just going to play something big here. Yep. And I'll kill it. They'll draw their card. Okay. It's going to be rough, though. They're hitting us very, very hard. Kind of brutal. The ward. Great start from them. At least that's a decent Consuming Ashes target. Unless they have Snakeskin Veil. Which they easily could. Oh my gosh, they sure do. Man, this was savage. I am legitimately shocked and disappointed. I expected a better finish with this deck. I went turn 2 Sterling Keykeeper, turn 3 Vault Plunderer, turn 4 Consuming Ashes, turn 5 Consuming Ashes, and I got rolled. You know what I mean? Like, I lost to 2 crime decks, and then I lost to a deck that just went Sure Shot into Cactarantula and Snakeskin Veil, and I just didn't really have much of a chance. So, you know, honestly, this felt like a trophy deck. I had a Gissa, I had Dust Animus. I think maybe I'm overvaluing this card. It just kind of sat in my hand. Like, it's fine. I had 5 removal spells, Rush of Dread, Gissa. I mean, perhaps I should have taken something over the Sterling Keykeepers, but at least with the way that my deck was configured, maybe I should have played another Take Up the Shield to go with some 3-power creatures. I had some Sterling Hounds, but I mean, overall, I just thought I had, like, look at the quality of the cards I have here. Right? These are all cards that I just really like. All these cards on the right. And these are fine, especially with the Self-Mill theme. Random Flash Flyer, Frontier Seeker with some mounts. You know, and that's the thing. Sometimes this happens, right? Like, I feel like this deck was a pretty good deck. You know what I mean? I feel like this is a deck that would expect to win at least 4 or 5 of its matches. And sometimes you just kind of run into the wrong things or run into better decks and good opponents, and you're kind of baffled, and you're just kind of you're kind of scratching your head, and you're like, what happened? You know what I mean? And that's what it feels like with this draft, at least. Let me know. Let me know if you feel like this deck was bad. I feel like this deck was pretty decent. And black-white seemingly has a very high win rate. And I felt like I had a decent version of it. But here we are. So once again, this month is starting off kind of rough. Kind of rough. Another bad run. But got to show the highs and the lows. And we have a 2 and 3 with what looks to have been a very, very awesome black-white deck. All right, maybe I should just try drafting control. Maybe we should just force crime. I don't know. I gotta reevaluate, right? We had a really nice run. We had like a 75% win rate with a 74% or with a 54% trophy rate or something like that. And now it's definitely slowed down. A lot more people are fighting over green. And I think a lot of the good players are probably making the conversion into drafting blue-based crime decks. Maybe more controlling decks with lots of removal and what have you. And maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. So I'm going to mess around and experiment, go back in the lab and practice. But this is a pretty disappointing 2-3. But it is what it is. We have to make those adjustments as we continue our journey to rank 1. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Feel free to hit the like or subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, the Patreon is absolutely the best place to do so. The link to the Patreon is in the description below. Shout out to all the current patrons. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching this video and watching me just get absolutely thrashed by all of our opponents. Hopefully that doesn't happen in tomorrow's video. I'll catch you next time.